Good morning, folks. It is 7:04 a.m. Saturday, September 30th, 2017. How do you get that with a lights on it, right? 7:05, and that's no jive. 407, fortitude, completion, spirituality. 507, moving, completion, spirituality. I knew a long time ago that I needed to start putting dates out with some of my videos. It's not anything other than trying to throw out a piece of proof about when something happened. On the 27th, I did a video. I had to, and I was supposed to get it out on the 27th. I didn't get it out till yesterday, the 29th. I realized the timing was screwed up. That it was important for it to get out the 27th, and I understood. So I understood that from the other side. I understood that from Ta'ir. That guy's so cool. I've mentioned rewriting the second book, and I'm going to put in it some of our friends from other planets. When I was trying to write the first book, I was fighting the original first being, male and female. That was hell. Life's no picnic now, but that was hell. It's the only hell there is. Being in a body, there's no such place. And then in the second book, I was in a rush to get that out because I was getting sicker again. And I was still fighting. Excuse me, Aramelius and Lydia, Lilith. Especially Aramelius, he was an issue. Anyway, so I was pushing it, writing it, and even though the editorial program wound up having some issues, letting some things go, mistakes I believe I made with pressing the wrong key. It still came out as important information, but now it's coming out with a whole lot of new stuff in it. Also, our website had just been attacked. That being the Spiritual Foundation. I say ours, it's Deanna's. Everything's hers. There was, instead of going to our page, when you punched in the Spiritual Foundation, it might have been different. I don't doubt it might have been different on some folks' when some folks would go to access it, but it kept showing old pages of when we were trying to promote other members of the Source family. There were some people in the U.S. government, and I don't say this, I say what I know. There's some people in the U.S. government that were concerned about where things might go. They know I'm dying. They know what I am. these people in the government, some of them are running around on ships, but they think of themselves. Well, the government has been controlling the people, actually, the Anunnaki through the government. The Anunnaki are taken out now. And this is relative to what I'm talking about with showing the time frame. The strongest outpost, the strongest stronghold of the problematic Anunnaki. At the moment was, in our country anyway, was in San Francisco. Go to Golden Gate Bridge, go south of it, and go to the farther part of the bridge from the mainland. It just got taken out. I don't know what video I was doing, but it's on the 27th. September 27th. Tier was coming to talk with me, and it wasn't just him. It was the Alliance Council. When they were formed, I was there. Don't like talking about it. This isn't about me. It's about everything I love, and I'm sworn by my own being to take care of, to protect the best way I can possible. On this planet, we're just starting to learn how to wake up. On our friends that have come here from other galaxies, I mean, really far away, to help us. No price tag, no cost of admission. They just come because they're so cool. And you're told what? Watch out for the alien invaders that bring you a free food source and everything else. Oh, gee, we don't want them. Oh, come on in. My door's open. That's what the problematic Anunnaki here on this planet were doing. They were making sure that would be put out. They didn't want anyone to know that there was any other folks from any other planets. That's why the United States government was told real quick. And this was done by the other side, as well as by what was here. It's a two-way street. The other side actually controls things here. Now it's chaos, but anyway. So some of these folks in the government were concerned about what's coming up. There being a void in the power structure of what controls the planet, and wanted to keep people moving. They wanted to be able to control people's thought process and their growth, and it's not allowed anymore. So that they were trying to open up other doors, push other people out. It was orchestrated from the other side. So when a lot of people go into the website, the Spiritual Foundation, they were literally being shown pages that haven't been up for, I don't know, a year. A long time. Where we were promoting other people, trying to get this thing to spread out. And then it got to the point we need to back off of that. There were too many people, and I was too dissatisfied with what a lot of people were doing, a lot of Source family members. So we pulled back from all of it. Some of the Source folks, people that can crank other people up, some of them got mad. Hey, love them, frack them. I'm not here for them. Self-glory, that's the most disgusting thing in the world. So to continue my way of being, jumping around, back to this is all tied in. It all relates. You'll understand when we're done. So anyway, not that you don't now. So the San Francisco thing, Tier told me about it with the Tier and the rest of the alliances, like 74, 75 people. I was with them at one time, sitting here in a chair. I even mentioned in one of the videos that something to that effect. And there was a question about whether or not to go ahead and do something. And of course the answer was yes. And that was to literally take an energy field and put it around this problematic Anunnaki stronghold, and just literally remove it. Remove the whole thing. It was underground. Just pull it out, beam it out, and put it on a ship in a large container. So they did. They got a few of the resistance members. That's fine. They're released right away. But I said the earth was going to shake, and it did. But it was more of an implosion. Why? Because the area was grabbed, compressed just the smallest amount, and then literally made subdimensional. When that happened, the ground caved in on this one part. It was basically all made of rock, but it moved the ground. And then I knew about it on the 27th, and I knew I had to get it out because they planned on doing it the 28th. And I'm already getting emails from people in that area about them having felt it and about where it was. And so anyway, that's why it's important. That's one of the reasons why it's important for me to give you the time-day stamp, so you know. Not because Jay this and no, it's because I knew what was going on. Excuse me. I knew what was going on. I'm trying to tell you so you understand. The more information I can give you that you can find out, especially find out for yourself is correct, the more you have a reason to listen to the other things that I had to say, like your history, who you are, who's around you. The fact that our friends from space are over 98% of everything in the out there in space and in our atmosphere is cool as hell. You know, I'm talking about starships, not commercial flights and stuff. Military jets, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about starships. It's important for you to have your own reason, understand. In your own words, by your own thoughts, by your own abilities, your gut feeling, your heart feeling, your pineal vision, that what I'm telling you is correct. So you have it for yourself. I'm tired. I'm almost done. I've proven the metaphysical, the reality of the metaphysical world, that it exists, to people everywhere on the street, to doctors, medical doctors, to psychiatric doctors, psychiatrists, to lab assistants, to lawyers, and now in court. I've given you information to help you become yourself. You have to turn the key and hit the gas. But I've given you the car. And I think I already told you, yeah, I did, that Ta'ir, Ra'ag, Na'ag, the Arcobian, Sarpatian, Tellurian. I'm putting all them in a book. I'm giving them a chapter in the new book, number 2. I wasn't aware of them, all of them, that is. I wasn't aware of all of them when I wrote the book the first time. But I'm still writing the book with information that goes back to what I had then, except for mentioning them. I'm basically going to talk about the Drak and the Neantids, what we call Antism. Tyr just said Neantids. He said, whatever you want to call us, you know, is it doesn't matter. Well, you know, he knows it matters more to me. I'm trying to put a thought process, a name, title. That'll all change when they meet you. You'll have a long drawn out name for who they are. That's not important. As I talk to them now, there has to be a name, so we know who we're talking to. So we know who we're talking about when we talk to each other about someone else and a thought process, something they do. And there's going to be a lot to talk about these people, because they're here to help. They're part of our family. Then once you all get used to this, you're still going to meet the Fey beings as they use their energy to condense it to create a physical body. Shake your hand and then go back to energy and float away. It's imperative that you know about them, because these physical bodies are going. That's the sustenance of abuse within creation. It's leaving. And if someone doesn't like it, tough crap. It's not up to you. The Anunnaki, the problematic Anunnaki folks here, excuse me, they're all but deleted. And I want you to know the homeland, the base majority of the Anunnaki people, who are incredible, they have so many gifts to offer just in culture, music, art. They're aggressive. You know what happens when you have a being, a strong, powerful being with a lot of love, that's aggressive about it? Fucking awesome stuff. You all have so much to see. It's been kept from you. No more. That was stopped. It was stopped on the other side, so that it could become prevalent here. Not just seen, prevalent. So, something else too. I have a new friend now, so do all of you. His name is Tarragon. Where does Jay come up with these names? He must stay up late at night making up these new names to talk about these new space beings. No, this is part of me. Excuse me. This is part of me. It's part of my focal point. What I am, what's talking to you. It's almost a third of it that I pulled out of my body a long time ago to help me deal with the idiots that are still out there screwing everything up. And it's got my intelligence and everything else. Usually when spirit's pushed away, it's not part of the focal point, and although it has the power and the main body of that spirit, it doesn't have the strongest part of that power, but also it has no memories. It's like a little child. This is not a child. This is a part of what I was inside. And I talked earlier about breaking off a part, taking, extending, removing a part of myself, a large part of myself. It's like a huge golden dragon that has a head like a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but it's got tiger energy in it. That's Tarragon. For about almost a week, 4 days anyway, he kept saying to me, break it, break, and I didn't understand. Because I can do certain things, some people think I can do anything. Hell no. I'm like you. I can do more because of the power that's involved with what I am. I can push more through a body. These bodies are the ultimate prisons made by the original first being, male and female. Over 1 trillion years ago, the way we measure Earth here in time. A lot more than that. So, take 237, multiply it times 1.846 trillion, take 26.34, multiply that times 10.846 trillion, add them together, it's more than that. It's more years than that lives, the spirit went in the body having lives. And the Drac and the Antid will be in book number 2. I'd like to tell you more, but I can't. I don't mean about what I'm putting in the book, but I can't remember all these little changes I've been making. But book number 3 is going to have more information about the other Sapacian, Illyrian, and the rest of them. But not book number 2. I was aware of the Drac and the Antids and the Anunnaki then. Anyway, so that's good for me to put in there. I'll just mention that there's others we'll talk about in book 3, and then in book 3, when I write it, we'll get that done. But anyway, back to Tarragon. So when he kept saying, break it, I didn't know what's going on. And I said, I was getting hammered. I said, Deanna, honey, please look at this for me. And she did. She said, I think he wants you. He said, you're still attached to him. I said, yeah, it's part of me. He goes, he wants you to break that so he can become free, so he can run around and do more stuff. And he deserves that, to have his own individuality. So I did. So he's himself now, and he gave him the name Tarragon. We do things simple out of body in our normal state, who we really are. So many things are done by these physical bodies to hide stuff, glorify stuff, hide stuff. I mean, it's the way everyone was tailored to grow up by the original first being male and female. Incredibly abusive, controlling, arrogant. That's all going, folks. That's all going. So anyway, with Tarragon out there, it's nice I have a friend to talk to. I realize it is part of myself, so it's there's a slight difference in frequencies, but it's not much. But he comes from my focal point. It's almost like breaking off a part of yourself, but it's not you, it's an individual. And he started scaring people right away. He was out running around because I was here in body, and he's out running around. He's huge. The Energon came to me right away. They were excited, they were very happy, and they were nervous. A lot of the other ones were too, until he settled down, broke loose, and he just kind of came up into himself, came together, and his energy settled down. That took a few hours. And that's going to help me immensely get the hell out of here. So anyway, I guess that's a lot to lay out there. Oh yeah, the website will be fixed. We're working on it now. Nowhere ever on any planet, anywhere, where will there become a major worship, creating a religion again. Religions are false. The way that's made to happen is by people becoming awake and aware of who they are, who others really are. When someone does something for us, we thank them. When I get served, when we go out, I'm very generous tipping. because, and I tell them thank you. I respect that they were kind enough to give me their service. I don't care if they do it for a job. It doesn't matter. Some soap left in my hands or something. Anyway, I appreciate things. That's a wonderful way to be. In my opinion, some people don't want to be like that. That's fine. Stay away from me. But to praise something, no self-aware, sentient or spirit, sentient being or spirit, would ever look at praise and not understand that if something was worth your praise, it not only wouldn't want it, it would push away from it hard. If possible, it wouldn't allow it. So, a long time ago, Deanna chopped up some more selenite. Stuff is awesome. Man, the work we do is crazy. Oh, this one last sphere I got to knock out. I'm going to do that at the video. Anyway, then render this video and then clean up. Anyway, folks, look, what I'm trying to say, I'm feeding you all the information I can. Use your abilities. Trust your heart. Feel with your heart. Use your gut. See what you can through your pineal, through the scanner. You all are incredible, amazing beings. And you've been beat into submission by the original first being, male and female, being controlled by the original first angels. This one wonderful angels, like Sylvia Brown said, oh, you're so lucky. You have 5 angels on you. Yeah, what she didn't know is that they had they put their energy through all your crowns and right into the hypothalamus and run you, making you know that if you just ran over your son, you did the right thing, and then you pull their energy out, and then you're freaking out. Oh, I killed my son. I mean, that's the kind of control they have over you. You say, oh, that's not possible. Really? I understand stuff that other people don't. That does not make me any better than anything, because I'm not. There's no such thing as that. But there's always people, a few of them here and there, that want to be better than everyone else. So when someone says something like that, they try to jump on it. There's not that many of them, but they're sick and they're leaving. They'll be taken out of their bodies and they'll be put down. They'll be deleted. The animals will be disappearing all very soon. It's time for the physical bodies to go. Almost all the animal essence is out of bodies now. Like I said, 3 to 4 out of 1 million new animals born have animal essence in it, or source spirit in it, source animal spirit in it. The rest are human, fey, and faemen, souls in essence. It's going to be so fun and so freaky for all of you when you see these ships come in and then leave again. They come in, little transaction, they take off, you see them come in everywhere, and you know that they're okay. The government actually says they're okay, instead of, these are new robotic weather balloons. Religions, they're going to fall away like dust. When you can see things and you're left alone to use your own abilities, especially to increase the use of your abilities to where you can hone them in, develop them, you become stronger. Your ability to be yourself, to become who you really are, opens up, and then there you are. Then you see things for yourself. Then the bullshit has no place to go. Can't hide, it's in the light. You simply look at something and say, wow, okay. So, change is here, folks. I said that it's gonna be strong change. It's hard to deal with, but it would be as smooth as possible. Well, the fact that the alliance is so strong, so powerful, it can come in and literally rip out solid rock in an area, maintain its cohesion, and move it into a ship by going subdimensional. You can't even see it, it just disappears. And it just reappears on a ship. There's no bombs going off, people being blown up. Here on Earth, we're in the Stone Age, okay? Maybe more than one way, huh? Learning how to feel stones and the energy they offer us. They're spiritual vitamins for the body. What would a religion say? Oh, that's the devil's work. You have to stay away from that and give us more money. Eventually the truth comes out, but the problem we've had all the way through creation is the original first being male and female wouldn't let it out. And they were told time and time and time and time again to stop. They didn't. They're dead. They're deleted. The next big ones to move into place, they're dead. They're deleted. So what do we have? We have a family that can grow without a wicked stepmother, stepdad, whatever, or, however you want to look at it, whatever analogy you want to use. A boarding home with all these children, and finally a group of new people coming and take over to make everyone feel better and make your life better instead of beating you up. That's the way it should have been from the very first life. You will meet these people coming in soon. The Illyrian, Circassian, Arcobian, Drak, Neantids, Serpatient, the Serpoians, who we call the Greys, from the Zeta Reticuli system, and there's all different folks that are in there. The Palladian, Andromedian, Syrians. No, not from Syria. There's so many. But you have to become yourselves. You're supposed to become yourselves first, but we're about out of time. From the very beginning of doing this, I said 2018, they're going to come, 2018, 2019, they're going to come show themselves. They are. Now, everything will be exposed for what it is. If you don't have the truth, how the hell do you go through life? How the hell do you wake up and go to sleep without some form of truth? Some people are worried about seeing and feeling and understanding what's really going on and not having that little cushion of their own belief system like a religion. Well, if your religion has failed you, when you go to sit in that little cushion, you're feeling the nails from the chair. I got a better idea. Go get a new chair, one that fits. Everything's okay because there's a loving God that gives us disease and everything else. Yeah, okay. That's allowing you to die 1,000 times a day instead of just once in a lifetime. Ignorance is an innocent thing. We're unaware. What is it when you're shown something, you're no longer ignorant to it, but you refuse to accept it? Is that stupidity? I don't know. What do you think? We all make up our own decisions. You make up your own on that. I wasn't here to be a leader. I wouldn't allow it to ever be turned into that. I was here to bring change. And I have. It's about time for me to get out of here. Poor Deanna, she's so precious. She keeps watching. She's like everyone else. She can have a temper. Me, I can be a real asshole sometimes. Not mean, aggressive towards animals, other people, stuff. It's just, you get so fed up. You're just like, fuck, leave me alone. Dealing with this stuff 24/7. The stupid idiots that won't listen, that are actually good people, they're just stupid. They're young, don't know better. And the assholes trying to run stuff, and there's not many of them left. Now it's calming down over there, right now. There's something really strong over there now, Tarragon. And he's bringing some calm, some closure for a lot of people. It's time for creation to be allowed to grow into what it is, not what something else wanted it to be or wants it to be. They're gone. They're dead. Everybody was always told they had free will. Wrong. Tell people they already have something, they might believe it. If you have angels to make them think they believe it, then success. That's why you have this physical creation. People say, oh, but if I couldn't feel something and see it with my hands. Oh, for Pete's sake, when you're in a physical body, you can't feel it the way you can when you're your true self. Again, the best analogy I have for this is a tuning fork. You take a tuning fork, you smack it on a little piece of steel, you listen to it. It's the beautiful, soft, smooth, clean pitch. That's why they use them to tune pianos, everything else. Listen to that, it's beautiful. What happens when you stick it in oil? Well, when you, as your true self, spirit sentient energy gets put into a physical body, your goes. It's simple. It's easy to understand why, because it's true. When people overcomplicate things, they're usually trying to hide something, maybe trying to find a shortcut to something, who knows. It's like numerology. Keep it at 10 digits, it works every time. Somebody came here in a body and made it like that for a reason. And now you have people writing books like this about whatever. I know this about numerology. I know this. My book has more pages. Oh, for Pete's sake, learn how to use the 10 basic numbers. And then use it to improve your life and hopefully those of others you care about. Who cares? It doesn't matter who wrote it. I've had people say, you couldn't have been this person and that person because, their lives coexisted. I've had 3 focal points, myself and 2 other focal points hanging off of me. What I really am is spirit is a freak. I was beaten too hard too many times, and I grew so much it got crazy. Just like now, there's cirrhosis in my liver making me turning me into a human water balloon. I'm angry right now. I'm really upset. The original first being male and female couldn't get over their need for praise and everything else. Now things change. About 40 plus years from now, you will understand the beauty of the Anunnaki. What's important to me is that you much more quickly understand the beauty of yourself, who you are, who you really are, not what you've been told, the limits you've been given, forced to restrain yourself within a little box. Pretty much almost free food, almost free medical aid. Holy crap, you folks have no idea what you're about to receive. But the most important thing is for you to become your true self, to wake up. That's the one thing you need more than anything else. I can, like I said, I've given you the car, it's a Ferrari. And I put the key in your hand. You just got to put it in the ignition and turn it. Yeah, I get frustrated. Had a gentleman from the CIA call up years and years ago from California. Talking about how I get sound a little frustrated in my talking about things, explaining it, and he thought he was a smart ass. He didn't get too far with that. The most detrimental thing, the most detrimental situation we can have to deal with right now is people who are not awake and self-aware, people who are not able to understand and see what's going on around them at a time when you're about to learn that we have family members from other planets, cures for any and all diseases we could ever want to find, food, pretty much free food, the ability to fly almost anywhere physically, the fact that there's beings here that have been with us forever, it feels like forever, that can make their own physical bodies and their energy bodies. This was the importance of everyone waking up, starting to wake up now. So maybe I failed in that respect because it's time. Ready or not, here it comes. It's not that no one's not going to live through it. It's just how to best handle the situation, how it's best for everyone else to be awake. People would say, Jay, you don't have the right to do this. Yeah, I do. What I am demands that I act upon everything that I feel is important, number one. Number two, I've been around longer than anything else. Very first life I ever had was mine and my better half, Lily. We go into bodies so we can evolve, grow stronger, learn. Our spirit bodies literally evolve through having lives, but they go off course when they've had two excessively abusive lives. It starts to eat them up. So yeah, I do know better. It doesn't make me any better because I'm not. That thought process is not allowed. Anyway, whatever. Your new lives are sitting here, dangling in the air, about ready to softly land. Cool bird. Birds just came out of nowhere. Anyway, whatever. That's why I was here. One of my favorite analogies was calling myself the janitor, because that's what I am. It's my job to try to keep things clean and take out the trash. My stress, other than dealing with the problems on the other side and cleaning that up while it's stuck in this body, has been trying to figure out better and better ways to help you all become yourselves. That's what this was all about. Anyway, as I always say and as I always mean, I love y'all. I can't wait to drop this body. This body's going, I ain't. It's time for you to become yourselves. It's time for you to know yourselves. It's time for you to appreciate yourselves. And it's time for anything that stands in the way of that to die. It's been happening and it'll continue. Then when everyone's sentient and everything and aware that's in bodies, those that don't want to become self-aware and everything, whatever, they're not going back in bodies. Then you're going to meet the new 4 first beings in the first dimension waiting to get out. Folks, I love you, man. Have a good one.